Hello guys, today we're going to talk about how to utilize the widgets within your website. So I'm going to go show you a explanation of some of the widgets, how it works. The websites it's completely different depending on how your website is built. So I'm not going to show you how to put it in your website. I'm going to show you what information you would need for that, and just contact your hosting provider and they can tell you exactly how to get it incorporated into your website. Again, because every websites are built different. Some websites may have the ability to do this, some websites may not, depending on your hosting provider. So that's why can't really show you how to do it, but I'm going to show you what they do and what information you would need to put where in your website. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to make sure you're in your main login screen, which is the overview, which is here. We're going to go down to the widget section. Alright. The widget section is basically going to give you all the information you need to basically put a widget on your website. Now, let's talk about some of these sections here. The first one is mount points. Now, if you've seen the previous video or another video, it talks about different mount points. You can create different mount points, and if you created multiple mount points, this is how you can determine which signal is going where in your website. So if you created, for example, a mount point for a private broadcast only, it can only be heard by members. This is how you would basically get the players and the information that is just for that particular audience. You'll basically go into mount points and it'll have it there. This right here, alternative encoding. If you find that you need different encoding for your website, default is usually UTF-8, but there's different types of encoding. If you find you need a different encoding for your website depending on your location, just change it right here. Next one is over here is basically choose what type of widget you want to put on your website. These are all different types of widgets that you can choose from to put on your website. Most popular one is probably going to be the web player. Over here is basically give you the code and the instructions on how to do it. So let's do this here. Let's go ahead and do a default, which is our main mount point. Let's go on the stream summary, stream status summary. On this right here is basically just telling us the current song, artist on my web page. Like I said, it'll tell you exactly what it is. It refreshes once every minute. So if you're trying to get like a player on your website that talks about who's playing right now, who's playing, the name of the song and artist, this is the widget you would use. Let me show you how it looks. We click on preview. This is how it looks. It said preview stream status summary. It'll literally say who's playing right now, the name of the song, and the artist on your station. So that's how that widget will look. So you can put that anywhere in your site. You would basically place the code on your web player, on your web page, wherever you want the widget to appear. And on the bottom of your web page, this is when you get into the code, and you just place this little code here in the bottom of the web page, right before you get to the body tag. So people that know web building or website coding, HTML, you understand this part here. If you don't understand this part, get with your web developer, and they can tell you exactly either how to do it, or you can email this to them and they can get it for you. Next one is stream details. This is telling you the stream details as far as where to put it at. It'll tell you current song, your stream title, bitrate, how many listens you have. Now, this is how it's going to look if you put it on your website. It's basically breaking down all the information on your website. Also gives an option to buy the album. The person can buy the music from your website too. So the next one is going to be recent tracks. This basically goes over recently played tracks that you played. You can put this widget on your website anywhere you want on your website. Next one is a listener map. It'll show basically a Google map of where we'll have all the maps set up here, but it'll basically show the map of where people are listening from. On demand, people ask this question all the time. They say, how is it possible to do an on-demand library that literally just shows stuff that I want people to listen to? You can, and this is how you basically get it on your website. It's on the start page already on your server, but if you want to put that on your website, you'll basically go to on-demand content, place the code where you want the widget to appear, and again put this code right here, right before the body tag, and it will look like this. Now we don't have anything in our library right now, so it's not going to show anything. Particularly if we have stuff in our library, it'll show all the files they can click on. It's basically like it's giving your listener opportunity to basically create their own playlist they can listen to from your server. It won't download the music into their computer, but it'll download a file that will stream the signal that the songs that they selected in the order they selected right to their computer, and it'll still register as a listener on your station. If you have the ability to set up song requests, or you have that set up on your server, this is where you would go to get the widget to put on your website, where they can submit the song artist, the name, the title, all that good stuff. Then their name and email address is a really cool way to collect email addresses for your database, FYI. So I would definitely recommend doing this on your website, because it will give you the information, the email and all that. And if your server is set up, as soon as they submit the information, if you have that song or that title artist in your server, you can have it set up where it plays next automatically. The tune is basically just links to listen. It's typically links to listen via the Shoutcast player, Windows Media Player, or this is actually Shoutcast iTunes. You can actually listen via Real Player and also QuickTime. So if you want to give people the option to listen to it on their computer by downloading these links, that's great if you want to do it that way. The benefit of these links for your listener is they can just close your website out, but this music will still play in the background on their computer. Last thing, web player. This is what the people love. Web player literally is that. It puts a player on your website. Again, it tells you how to do it. Put this code wherever you want the player to show up. Put this code wherever you want the body. Before the body tag in your HTML coding. And when you do, the player like this will show up. Now, the cool thing about this is, if you don't like that player, you can pick another one. If you go down here to select a skin, it's going to bring up these options that you can choose for your player. So these are ones that's built into the server. And then when you select it, it'll update everything here in your code. So now when you follow the instructions in the code, it'll put that player on your website. Now, you can do your own custom players. That's a whole nother story, but this is basically showing you how to use the players in the website. Now, earlier I said something about mount points. If you wanted to put a player in your website that is strictly for a certain audience, right? Let's say you got a mount point created for a private audience. It's not public. This is where you would get that player from. You would go into here, select the mount point you want, and as soon as you select the mount point you want, it's going to automatically update to say this player is going to pull the signal from that mount point. That's it. It's not going to pull it from anywhere else. So now, when you put this player for this mount point in your website, then whatever is coming through this mount point will be heard on this player only. It won't hear the main broadcast, whatever's going on. So this is really cool when you want to have different sections or different signals for different. You can have your website built out where you may have a live feed for 10 different audiences, and you just have basically 10 different mount points, and these mount points can be players that actually are on the site for that particular audience. So that's a really cool thing. But that's how you do it. You basically, this mount point works for any of these widgets. So just make sure you're in the right mount point when you're doing the widget, to make sure that when you go to paste it in your website, you're actually putting the right mount point in there. But that's how you use your widgets to customize your website and really be able to give your audience on your website the full feel of your station. Alright guys, a lot of features here. Definitely go through it. Follow the instructions. If you don't know how to do it, contact your web hosting company, because again, some will have the ability to do it. Some web hosting companies block this ability to do it because you have to get into the HTML coding. Or if you're a web developer, they probably be able to do it for you. Or if you're versed in web development, you can do this yourself. But all the information you need is right here. Alright guys, thanks for watching.